Claire. I became deaf when I was 10 days after I turned 6. I had the mumps, and I woke up one morning and I couldn't hear. I wanted to get up and run around and be in the snow outside, and everybody was kind of tiptoeing around me, trying to figure out how to communicate with me. And right away, I realized that I had to hear through my eyes. I can't say that I was grateful for being deaf. I was very aware that I was out of the world. And when I was a kid, I prayed every night for weeks that my hearing would be turned back on the way it had been turned off. And I figured God was too busy for that. And then I figured that God himself could not be deaf. He must have heard it the first time, so I'll shut up and just keep going. When you put forth a wish like that, other ways of hearing become evident right away. So what I would say is that I'm grateful that there is help everywhere, all around us. And we may think we want this, but we may really need that. And there's a wonderful quotation, I can't remember if it's Alexander Graham Bell, who says that when one window closes, we often spend our time looking at it, feeling miserable. But we aren't aware that another window is opened up. And I'm grateful, that's what I'm grateful for. I think the real gift of a handicap, I don't know about a disease, is that you come to a place where you know you can't do something. And if you hold on there, something emerges. There's always another way to go, always. And I'd say that made me grateful for the grit within myself. Because every time I came up to something and I couldn't do it, and I thought, well, I had a terrible temper as a kid. I would fly into rages. My father had to throw water on me. They didn't help, neither the water nor the rages. So every time I came up against something, I found there's a way through it. And every time I did that, something in it became tougher. I don't like to say tougher because it's not so softer, but I would say that there is a gift, something to be grateful for in every disability, because it shows you more about life. It really opens you more to life in some way. That's what I would say. The window of the natural world really opened to me because I would go roaming for hours as a kid. Back in those days, your parents let you go roaming. And that was my good fortune. I roamed and I found rivers that spoke to me, and I walked along the beach by the ocean, and the waves spoke to me, and the trees. I never felt alone outside. I feel extremely lucky. All my life I've been lucky. I used to argue with my father about this. He said, there's no such thing as luck. There's good planning, but there's no luck. And I said, no, because every turn I've gone to, there's been, for me, good luck. And I think good luck is a form of gratitude. If I was to give a piece of wisdom, I would say, be expectant. Expect something. Be curious. Be hopeful. And always be glad for whatever comes to you. And for whatever you feel you can give, because you always can give something. And I think the more you give, the more is given to you.